BMW, they claim they're going to make sell 5 times as many electric cars this year in the United States versus last year. Are they on track to reaching those numbers? Sort of. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. Great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Sam Evans and I'm coming to you from Australia. Last year, BMW delivered 5,500 electric vehicles in the United States. That accounted for 4.7% of total US sales, meaning even though that number's pretty small, a higher percentage of BMW's cars that were sold last year were electric than General Motors or Ford's. This year they're doing a bit better, but nowhere near where they'd hoped to be, but it's still a bit better. BMW says it will sell 50,000 electric vehicles in the United States this year. That is, nearly triple the number they've sold so far this year. So BMW have sold 18,000 electric cars this year in the United States, or more than they sold for the entire year of 2022. But still, they've got a long way to go. I mean, to hit their so-called claims that they say they will achieve this year, they need to sell 32,000 electric cars in the final 6 months of the year. That's a big difference to the 18,000 they sold in the first 6 months. Can they do it? I hope so. Will they make a loss on a lot of those electric cars? Absolutely. That's what you got to do though. If you want to stay alive, if you want to actually stay relevant in the car market, you've got to move with the trends, right? They have no choice. BMW said this: we're driving electric more in the transition from a combustion only to a world that includes combustion and EV, said Sean Bugbee, BMW of North America's Executive Vice President of Operations. The number one volume car for us within the electric vehicle space is the i4. The electric compact sedan accounted for nearly 60% of BMW's first half EV volume, or 10,724 vehicles. It's going to have some strong competition though when the new Model 3 comes out. This will be a competitor. I don't care what anyone says, all these claims. Tesla isn't luxury, or that's just, in my opinion, not really relevant. People will definitely cross-shop the new version of the Model 3 when it comes out within the next few months versus the i4. And this is a shrinking market segment. I know EV sales are increasing, that's true, but electric sedans, that's a tough market to crack. We have an accelerated Q3 and Q4 planned, Bugbee said, noting the arrival of BMW's fourth electric vehicle model, the i5 sedan, in late 2023. BMW isn't alone among luxury brands in getting a sales lift from EVs. Several competitors hope to mount a fight with segment leader Tesla with an expanding portfolio of competitively priced and spec EVs. I'm not sure about the specifications of some of them. Some of them are good, some of them are not so good. Mercedes-Benz, they expect EVs to account for 40% of new car sales in the US in 2026 and 70% by 2030 and 100% in Europe by 2030. They accounted for just 15% of the brand's US sales in the second quarter. So Mercedes say they're going to go from 15% in the second quarter, or basically 15% this year, to 40% in only a couple of years' time. That's a big difference. Can they do it? I think they can. We're in the middle of a transformation, Mercedes-Benz USA CEO Demetrius Silakis told Automotive News back in May. And Automotive News said the expanding EV supply is also increasing consideration from Americans despite some skepticism about the technology's practicality and inadequate public charging. But public charging is improving at a very fast rate in the United States. I don't think people realize just how many chargers are being installed on a daily basis, not even a weekly basis, but a daily basis. A recent Cox Automotive survey showed 51% of buyers now will consider an electric vehicle, up from 38% 2 years ago. That's a large percentage of the American population who would consider buying an EV. Cox forecasts that 1 million new EVs will be sold in the US in 2023 as automakers bring 33 new electric vehicles to market this year. Getting back to BMW. Thanks to growing customer interest, premium brand sales tallied 676,900 cars and light trucks in the second quarter, up 21% and outpacing the broader industry's 17% increase. Now, that's all vehicles in that segment. Tesla, which last year ended BMW's 3-year reign at the top of the luxury segment, outsold its nearest rival by 2-1, in fact more than 2-1 in the first half of this year, meaning Tesla is easily doubling BMW car sales in the US this year. While Tesla does not break out sales by market, the Automotive News Research and Data Center estimates that Tesla delivered 173,000 cars and crossovers in the second quarter in the US, increasing sales by 46% from 1 year earlier. In the first half of the year, Tesla accounted for 26.5% of total US luxury car sales, meaning more than 1 in 4 sold is a Tesla. That's not EVs, that's just cars sales, period. That's an increase from the 21.6% in the first half of 2022, and Tesla is tracking to hit another record year. It sold nearly 70% of last year's total volume in the first 6 months of 2023. While Tesla laps BMW, the Munich-based automaker is widening its lead over its closest luxury rival, Mercedes-Benz. BMW outsold Mercedes by 10,700 units in the second quarter. BMW reported 88,000 sales last quarter. That's an increase of 11%. Through the year's first half, BMW brand sales rose by 12% to 170,000 vehicles. A lot of that, I believe, is thanks to the fact that they're now selling electric cars. Bugbee said that while the supply shortages of the pandemic era are fading, rising interest rates could tap the brakes on the industry's momentum. The interest rate environment has accelerated quite tremendously since the beginning of the year, he said. Even so, customer demand continues to be resilient, claimed BMW. The Q3 sales pipeline is on a stable level with Q2, he said. We want to maintain a stock position in the 20 to 25 days of supply, and we are in the right target zone to do that. So what about the other manufacturers? How are they going? Luxury brand Lexus delivered 81,000 vehicles, an increase of 22% from a year earlier, and it revealed its new electric car, the Lexus RZ, which you can buy now. It's okay. It's basically a tarted up Toyota BZ4X. Audi reported sales of 55,582 units, up 16% higher than a year earlier. Volvo's sales climbed the most by 20% to 33,267. Genesis sales increased by 25% to 17,465. Porsche recorded quarterly US sales of 18,900 vehicles, a 3% decline from a year earlier as Porsche Taycan electric vehicle sales continue to shrink. So as you can see, the only real loser here is Porsche so far this year out of the luxury market segment vehicles. But by far and away, the winner in the luxury segment is Tesla. They've increased their sales by nearly 50%. Their rivals, nowhere near as much. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.